England, 1858. The first pale light of dawn struggled against the thick fog that clung to the Worthington estate, wrapping the grand manor in a ghostly veil. Beyond the tall hedges, silent sentinels whispering secrets to the mist. No carriage wheels echoed, no servants hurried by. Only the lingering hush of uncertainty seemed to breathe upon the grounds. Inside, Lady Beatrice Worthington stood motionless near her window, her nightgown brushing the cold floor. The blurred world beyond the glass mirrored the turmoil within her chest. At scarcely 20 years of age, she already carried the quiet sorrow of a woman twice her years. An arranged union, society whispered. A necessary sacrifice, her parents insisted. Yet the unspoken truth clung to her like frost. She felt imprisoned by a future she had never chosen. From the adjacent parlour drifted muffled voices. "Beatrice must understand," Lady Worthington murmured, behind a trembling hand. "The Duke is our only hope." "She has no choice," replied Lord Worthington, his once commanding figure now shadowed by debt and desperation. Though spoken softly, the words reached Beatrice with piercing clarity, arrows finding their mark. She straightened her spine, smoothing the pale silk at her waist in a futile attempt to steady her breath. The weight of expectation settled upon her like a shroud, and still she forced herself to stand tall, pretending she had not heard the verdict passed upon her life. Before we continue, tell us in the comments which city you're watching this story from. Leave your like to support the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Your support helps this family of stories grow. The day of the wedding broke with brittle sunshine illuminating the grand hall, yet an air of solemnity pervaded. Dressed in ivory lace, Beatrice stood before the altar, a pale dove among the vibrant blooms that surrounded her. Duke Alistair, clad in dark velvet, appeared as a shadow, his countenance betraying nothing of his thoughts. The guests murmured, captivated by the spectacle, yet oblivious to the silent storm raging within her. As vows were exchanged, Beatrice's thoughts fluttered like moths drawn to a flame. Could a bond forged in obligation transcend into something sacred? Sealed with a kiss, the declaration bound them, yet even as she hesitated, part of her yearned for the warmth of love beneath the weight of duty. As the final echoes of applause faded, the reality of her situation crept upon Beatrice like a lingering mist. Alone in the gilded chambers set aside for their wedding night, she felt the chill of Alistair's reserved nature. Shadows danced on the walls, exemplifying her innermost fears of rejection. Heaviness constricted her heart. The distance of their public facade starkly contrasted with the isolation of their private domain. A single tear slipped down her cheek. The stark truth resonated. Loneliness could thrive in the grandest of settings if warmth of connection is absent. Even here in the castle's embrace, she was a wanderer searching for solace, yearning to illuminate the coldness that encased them both. The grand ballroom shimmered with laughter and music, yet Beatrice felt hermetically sealed within her own thoughts. Whispers about the newlyweds buzzed through the gathering like restless fireflies. "What a somber match," one lady remarked, her voice drenched in subtext. Alistair stood aloof, ever the distance personified. Beatrice disguised her fear behind a polite smile, yet each compliment stung her ears like barbs. Alone among crowds, she realized that societal masks offered little of protection. The fluttering of skirts and laughter drew her back to her corner, where she perched, trying to decipher the unspoken words of her husband's gaze. The gulf between them grew, holding unspoken promises and secrets, shadows they both wished to flee. On a bleak afternoon, letters arrived, remnants from Alistair's past, memories tangled in pain. Curiosity almost overwhelmed Beatrice, yet apprehension held her back. The intentions of Lady Margaret Beaumont, Alistair's first wife, loomed large in their airy home. A sigh brushed her lips as she unwrapped the contents, revealing a longing refrain. Shadows danced before her eyes, a life once shared, now tethered to melancholia. Alistair's heart appeared anchored in grief. It begged for release. The pain in those inked lines transcended the years, igniting Beatrice's determination. Rather than fear the past, she realized she must confront it, positioning her heart between love and loss, to understand the fractured soul she married. With dusk settling outside, soft candlelight flickered in the drawing room, a sanctuary amidst unheeded cares. The heavy wall of silence shattered when Beatrice dared to inquire about Alistair's past. Societal masks melted in their shared vulnerability, and she sensed the burden he carried. As tales unfolded, an unexpected warmth ignited within. Alistair's voice trembled with unspent pain, yet Beatrice's presence offered solace. The barriers began to dissolve beneath the weight of shared confessions, their gazes interlocking, revealing a truth they both sought. A fragile connection burgeoned, threading tethered fears with whispers of affection. In that intimate moment, the world beyond faded. Only the soft light of understanding remained, illuminating what had previously been shrouded in darkness. As lush landscapes sprawled before them, Alistair and Beatrice found respite in the verdant gardens, far removed from the rigid expectations of society. Riding together, laughter echoed like sweet music, intertwining their spirits amidst the boughs of blooming petunia. Beatrice shed the shackles of her duty, allowing sonorous notes of freedom to envelop her heart. The galloping hoofbeats danced against the rhythmic cadence of their breaths, forging a bond through shared tranquility. Amidst the colors of nature, warmth nurtured tender beginnings, crafting a sanctuary for unuttered dreams. With each shared glance, uncertainty began to lose its grip, replaced by something deeper, something they both hesitated to name. Roots of love growing stronger, threaded through the blossoms of their shared journey. Just as hope flickered anew, a shadow loomed over their blossoming romance. Ominous tidings arrived. Charlotte Sinclair, her intentions cloaked in seduction, returned to Alistair's world, drawing attention like a moth to a flame. Tension erupted when secrets surfaced, unveiling buried grudges and reluctance. In confronting his past, Alistair grappled with residual emotions, a war between the love he cherished and the temptress revitalizing old wounds. The air thickened with unspoken words. Beatrice sensed a fracture in their bond. While pain clamored for dominance, uncertainty gnawed at her heart. Would she have the strength to confront the spectre of competition and uncertainties inherent in love? Could she help Alistair confront his own ghosts? On a crisp evening suffused with tension, a confrontation became inevitable. Alistair faced Beatrice beneath the moonlight's ethereal glow, shadows pinning him against the fortitude of the night. The revelation of Charlotte's persistent affections ignited a storm within, prompting Beatrice to voice her fears. "Do you still harbor love for her?" she questioned, her voice tremulous yet resolute. Their eyes locked, the depth of Alistair's turmoil laid bare amidst the stillness. Yet Alistair's voice wavered, truth piercing through the chaos of anguish. "No," he breathed, the weight of vulnerability settling between them like fragile glass. In those moments, they navigated the frailty of love, learning that fear did not equate to betrayal, but offered a path toward unmaxed possibilities. The morning rose with renewed promises as Alistair and Beatrice ventured to the gardens once more. The earlier shadows threatened, yet hope refused to fade. Unfurling blossoms heralded a transformation that mirrored their changing hearts. Beatrice learned to hesitate no more. She reached for Alistair's hand, threading their fingers, grounding them in shared warmth. "I wish to stand beside you, not behind," she declared, her voice unfurling strength. He turned to her, light breaking through his brooding facade. In that dawn-lit expanse they forged something extraordinary, a commitment to face the remnants of dark choices. The embrace of their dual vulnerabilities became fertile ground for true love's roots to flourish, resounding with the promise of an uncharted tomorrow. As the dawn of their revelation unfolded slowly, Beatrice and Alistair set forth to redefine their contract. Alone beneath the starlit sky, they exchanged vows of a different kind, one born not of obligation but resolute desire. "No more masks," Alistair whispered, encircling her waist, sharing the weight they bore. In this moment of surrender, they chose to inscribe their future not in the ink of duty, but in the embrace of unguarded love. It was an oath that bound them with threads of vulnerability and truth, weaving a tapestry that no external force could sever. In the embrace of the night, they acknowledged the cost of their journey, a past of pain redeemed through the fire of loyalty and fearless love forged amid arduous trials. Yet shadows did not dissipate easily. A confrontation erupted when whispers of a plot to ruin their names reached Beatrice's ears. Lord Charles, her uncle, schemed to undermine their unity, seeking to reignite turmoil. Life outside their haven swirled with mounting threats. She knew she must confront Charles to safeguard their newfound bond. Resolutely, they found strength in their unity, vowing to face the encroaching dangers together. This time, the ether crackled with unspoken assurances as they fortified their hearts against impending storms, determined to stand resilient against those who wished to fracture the sanctuary they had crafted within each other's souls. Alistair and Beatrice, united in purpose, rallied allies to confront Lord Charles before the court. A duel lay in the very fabric of aristocratic honour. Underneath the opulent chandeliers of their ancestral halls, an uneasy truce prevailed. At their confrontation, Alistair's voice cleaved through the tension, holding Charles accountable for his greed and manipulation. This battle was fought with eloquence and conviction. Beatrice's heart fluttered with disbelief. Alistair no longer shrouded himself in bitterness, but acknowledged his desires openly. Amidst the hushed murmurs, their united front stood strong, emboldened against the swirling rumours threatening their love. Through strength and honesty, they found the courage to expose Charles's treachery to the world, igniting their fight for autonomy. But their terrifying clash did not leave Alistair unscathed. The weight of confrontation dredged unresolved feelings to the fore, and doubts clawed at him. With tumult raging within, he withdrew, clutching to ghosts of sorrow that whispered bruising words. In the shadows of the night, the burden of choice became unbearable, the once familiar silence morphing into a daunting abyss. Beatrice, sensing the fractures splintering in their bond, felt the need to traverse that dark distance between them. The pain mirrored her own, a tumultuous journey of acceptance that their love was both a sanctuary and an instigator of struggle. Yet the heart yearned for unity rather than separation. Courage flared anew, leading her to seek him, undeterred by the doubt that threatened to tear them apart. Guided by moonlight, Beatrice found Alistair in the garden where their love had blossomed. "You are not alone," she whispered, taking his hand in hers, her touch igniting embers of hope. The walls Alistair had carefully constructed began to crumble as he shared tales of his heartache, his guilt shackling him from feeling joy in their union. Words flowed like a river, intertwining their fears, revealing the sacrifices they had both made. The vulnerability created an unfamiliar yet cherished space, a profound intimacy forged through shared pain. In that moment, surrounded by fragrant blooms and the softening warmth of the night, they swept away their past uncertainties, planting seeds of trust that dared to flourish in the uncertain light of dawn. With the past slowly fading its grip, Alistair and Beatrice made a pact forged in understanding. Love was not daisies and sunshine. It was a quadrangle of light and shadow. They stoked the fires of their burgeoning relationship, reflecting on their fears and hopes. In the sanctuary of each other's hearts, they vowed to embark on their paths, intertwining lives openly without lingering shadows to hold them back. As the sun's radiant hues embraced the garden, every bloom became a mirror of their grace. They danced among the petals, liberated from the burdens shackled to their souls. Laughter bubbled between them as they navigated the shared joy of exploration, their spirits entwined in a harmonious lament that turned their burgeoning bond into a story of triumph. Emboldened by their journey, the time came for a celebration to cast off lingering shadows and introduce the world to the deeper truths of their love. Enrolling their family, they orchestrated a ball in the grand ballroom. For as they danced beneath the shimmer of candlelight, hearts unwound, leaving behind the burdens of duty and obligation. Each movement emanated joyous defiance, the vivid tapestry of life illuminated by their unity. Beatrice twirled in her radiant gown, casting smiles among the onlookers, while Alistair encountered the festivity, claiming his place at her side, no longer a cold duke, but a man who embraced his freedom to love. Captured smiles filled the hall with hope, proclaiming their decision to forge bonds unfettered by societal constraints. However, Lord Charles was not finished. With a heart harboured in spite, he sought to disrupt their joy, determined to expose his vendetta. His last gambling outburst came at the height of the ball, unmasking his schemes to ruin their plans. "Love is naught but a fleeting fantasy," he declared, attempting to draw false allegiances among the guests. The air thickened with anticipation as Beatrice faced Charles, unwavering as she defied his untruths. "In love's embrace, we find our purpose," she boldly proclaimed, rekindling the strength that once resided solely in shadows. Alistair stood beside her, inspiration igniting in shared conviction. Together they rebuffed the lies engulfing their story, gathering kinship as they denied Charles the power he sought, standing steadfast in love against betrayal's tide. The confrontation summoned allies from all corners. The whispers of loyalty culminated in a resounding roar from guests rallying around Alistair and Beatrice. A collective decision bound them, casting aside the chains of protocol in favor of heartfelt choices. The air bristled with support, long-shackled fears dissipating like mist under the burgeoning light of courage. For Alistair, expressions of devotion emerged from the audience, affirming the evolution of heart over obligation. Beatrice gazed across the supporters. Gratitude swelled within her heart as she recognized the potent tapestry of love thriving before her, entwined and vivid. This moment captured the essence of their story, a triumph against adversity, united against a darkness none of them wished to bear any longer. The crescendo reached its peak with the revelation of truth, prompting the court to collectively acknowledge the bonds newly realized. In the ensuing silence, Charlotte, once a shadowy figure, realized she had sown discord among broken hearts. Reflected in Alistair's eyes, she bore witness to the purification of love transcending earthly confines. Rather than desiring vengeance, she softened, realizing her misguided pursuits had only faltered. "Your love has awakened me," she confessed, finally conceding to the beauty of their bond. Alistair and Beatrice, hand in hand, symbolized the reclamation of love's essence. Through honesty and acceptance, they triumphed over cynicism, allowing warmth to initiate healing that once felt inaccessible. A feeling of unity settled over the room as adult misconceived grudges began to dissipate, like autumn leaves in a soft breeze. Slowly, with every moment unveiled, the crowd embraced a collective change. Applause transformed into laughter as the celebration resumed, no longer a lament but a colorful tapestry woven from varying threads. Alistair and Beatrice led the revelry, their lives intertwining in joyous rhythm. The festivities blossomed with assurance that love could unify disparate souls, guiding them toward light. Once encumbered with duty, they transformed into a force of genuine connection, unfurling before those who stayed to witness their journey. In Beatrice's sheltered heart, the echoes of fear transformed into symphonic hymns of loyalty, overtaking the chiaroscuro of their past. With new tomorrows unfolding, they stood hand in hand as the dawn illuminated the garden blooming, a testament to love's formidable power that defied and transformed. With all that they endured, the Worthington estate rose anew, the scars of betrayal etched onto their legacy, now interspersed with blooms of love. Alistair and Beatrice entered a realm of possibility, slowly planting seeds for the future, a sanctuary where vulnerability intertwined with joy. As they crafted a home filled with laughter and harmony, whispers of their story inspired others bound by tradition to seek authenticity. Their love stood as a beacon, a testament that forged destinies anew, where hearts mingled and dreams flourished without fear of revelation. Alistair stood, hand in hand with Beatrice, strolling through the gardens, murmuring dreams of their shared future. With seasons changing, their bond strengthened with every passing day, a commitment that rang true through laughter and tears alike. In the twilight glow, Beatrice and Alistair embraced the essence of their journey, piecing together the past and present into a narrative intertwined with meaning. Reflecting upon the lessons learned, a vibrant spectrum of emotions pulsed within her. Love was a constant venture, testing the very boundaries that threatened to consume them. "It's a beautiful burden we bear, isn't it?" Beatrice mused, her gaze locked upon the horizon where colors blended seamlessly. Alistair replied with a firm nod, his eyes radiant yet somber as he recognized the transformative power that love unleashed. They learned that honoring one another's vulnerabilities built a sturdy bridge whilst knowledge settled in encouragement. Through self-discovery, they ignited a profound journey that would reverberate in their hearts. As the seasons turned, their commitment only grew stronger, entwining both love and family. Alistair and Beatrice shared undeniable joy as they welcomed the pitter-patter of tiny feet. With each infant's laughter and slumber, the legacy of their vows was reborn, crafting moments anew that would shape their inheritance. Beatrice's heart swelled with pride in nurturing a family rooted in love, while Alistair found solace in the complexity of fatherhood, a newfound purpose that lit his path. The Worthington estate, once dimmed by shadows of suffering, radiated warmth, each laughter echoing tales of triumph and resilience, conveying to future generations the lessons of their predecessors, timeless truths emanating from souls entwined. In their spacious drawing room, light streamed through the windows, illuminating the laughter shared among kin. Beatrice gently tucked a stray curl behind her daughter's ear, reflecting on the beauty of the lives they had created. "Love is not merely a fairy tale," she told them, her heart filled with warmth. "It is born from struggles and challenges." Their children listened wide-eyed, absorbing all the wonderful stories of their lineage, tales of facing adversity but emerging fortified. And in the corner, Alistair exchanged loving glances with his daughter, while ensuring his son's playful spirit roamed free, embodying the harmonic energy of love. They wove an unwavering bond, nestled in cherished memories forged during trials, affirming that love is strength in itself. The ties that confound life rise in unfathomable resilience. Years passed, yet the central essence of their journey remained. Love existed, growing like perpetual blooms among them. Beatrice and Alistair continued nurturing an environment that celebrated both joy and honesty, imparting those values to their children, weaving it into the very fabric of their lives. Each evening concluded with tales by candlelight, stories of heroics inspired by their triumph over the conventional norms of society, an inheritance flowing through the generations that would branch ever more towards light. With laughter shared and tears shed, their flame flickered gently but never dimmed. It remained steadfast as the living testament to their journey, a love forged by trials tempered in fire, a legacy that promised to echo for centuries to come. But in the quiet spaces between breaths, echoes of past struggles reminded them of the journey they had traversed. Alistair's whispered vows, shared in secret dusk, juxtaposed with the vigor of newfound dreams, still resonated within. Beatrice marveled at how the memories, once painful, softened with time, each testament now mythologized, crafting insights into the value of love. They reveled in watching their children explore the world beyond the estate, reminded that life endured amidst change, for rebirth often stemmed from learned lessons. As the nights grew fragrant with wild jasmine, their hearts weaved intricately through eternal threads and spoken words, binding unions irrevocably formed, not just between husband and wife, but enclosed within their ever-expanding family. In the quiet sanctuary of their home, the bond between Alistair and Beatrice grew beyond just romantic love. It evolved into a deep connection of souls, grounded in mutual respect and understanding. Days turned ethereal. The weight of suffering transformed into raindrops dancing against green blades in the flourishing gardens. Seasons shifted, reflected in the flow of life, yet their hearts carved out a shared journey that defied expectations. Conversations meandered deeper within, fostering enlightenment, and a fresh dialogue stirred understanding, ever reminding them that love's majesty thrived when accompanied by authenticity. Together, they recounted the tales of their past, each story either whispered or sung, creating a tangible aura of unity, resilience pulsating in harmony through every moment spent alongside one another. In twilight's glow, Beatrice reflected upon the wisdom gained through trials endured, how love could thrive amid despair, yet become stronger with gentle hands to guide it. "In our storms, we have revealed the essence of perseverance," she mused, her heart serene with acceptance. Alistair nodded, entwining their fingers, a gentle squeeze, embodying their commitment to cherish each moment. Love was their greatest lesson, born not only from moments of joy, but intricately woven through long nights and the aftermath of sorrow. "We are meant to endeavor," he declared, holding the light for those still seeking their way. Their acknowledgement sealed a unique promise to instill hope beyond familial bonds, an embrace stretching through the ages, revealing that the legacies of resilience formed valleys of compassion, weaving through hearts that dared to truly love. In the serene years that followed, Beatrice and Alistair navigated through seasons sundering love and sadness, while cradled within each other's arms. With every bend that life presented, they remained steadfast, sailing through uncharted waters, a true testament of grace nestled in resilience. As life's tapestry grew complex, with moments of leaving, farewells were lovingly honored. Each child's first steps echoed the promises they had shared, friendships forged, and dreams imprinted upon time itself. Strolling along familiar paths now filled with recollections, they marveled at how tethered they had become, not just by love, but by the ache and beauty in life's passage. They dwelled in the sacredness they had nurtured, revolutionizing the notion of home into an ever-evolving symphony, the heartbeat of forever. As dusk descended upon their estate, casting hues reminiscent of honey and cinnamon, Beatrice thought of the immense power of love. It triumphed over looming darkness, emerged victorious amidst trials vanquished. "Together we are stronger," she mused, her soul at peace, reflecting upon the endless journey of connection and warmth. Alistair enveloped her in tender embrace, affirming their truth, a moral etched in every challenge they embraced. Love elicits vulnerability, embodying strength refined through surrendering control. The night glowed as they glimpsed into the tapestry of their shared life, woven into one another's hearts, forever transforming through destinies linked beyond ordinary measures. Their legacy flourished, forever carrying the hope that love transcends time and trials, reminding others that joy ebbs and flows, while unity blooms in every bittersweet moment shared. As the final whispers of sunlight disappeared, silhouetting their figures against the edges of twilight, Alistair and Beatrice knew their journey had not concluded. It had merely transformed. The embers of their hearts flickered vibrantly, painting a canvas of memories in hues of resilience. Together they found purpose anew, to share lessons learned, inspiring countless others to seek love's authenticity, guiding them amid life's uncertainties and instilling courage in the face of fear. Their lives remained entwined forever, a testament of convergence through trials, yet adorned by the unyielding belief that love, resilient and gentle, unlocks the heart's profoundest desires. As their story echoed through generations, it whispered delicate truths. That love, though often challenging, brings forth rebirth and refreshed hope in life's immeasurable beauty. And so, Lady Beatrice and Duke Alistair became living legends, their tale immortalized within the finest halls and scattered among whispers of the gentle winds. They inscribed teachings etched in time, raising lamps of clarity amidst the fog. Inspired wanderers, generations embraced the tale of their journey, ignited the flame of hope bound tightly in the essence of true love, and defied society's grasp. Their legacy became a guiding beacon, revealing transformative warmth that resides within each heart, the possibility of reviving shared dreams, reminding inheritors to seek connections fiercely, securing bonds not born from obligation, but spun from authenticity's tender grace. Love frontiers shifted, beckoning adventurous souls to tread courageously, always seeking the unshackled light that leads to true belonging. As the years gracefully unfurled, accomplished stories converged, reflecting the indomitable spirit of Alistair and Beatrice, an exquisite dance of companionship against time's relentless grip. With every silver streak in their hair, they found solace in shared reminiscences, every laugh echoing against the walls of the estate they nurtured together. "We grew within these walls," Beatrice said one evening, her voice fond yet permeated with nostalgia. "We created our own truth." Alistair nodded, his heart swelling with pride, for they had rewritten the definitions of love against the backdrop of adversity, a sanctuary where vulnerability metamorphosed into strength. Their legacy blossomed, dripping with colors of compassion and wisdom, infinitely brighter for every shadow they had embraced and transformed into solidarity among generations. As time continued its gentle ascent, Alistair and Beatrice reflected upon their paths intertwined. Their scars, no longer burdens, materialized as evidence of tenacity. Together they had forged a bond resilient against storms, where love did not diminish but flourished. "This journey feels infinite," Alistair remarked one afternoon, resonating in the calm of their garden, where blossoms opened to the world, inviting whispers and renewed hope. Beatrice smiled, realizing how love's sweetest nectar often emerges from stifled dreams, transformed into unforgiving grace. Together they carefully held onto an unwavering belief that the lessons of the heart can echo across time, transmitted across generations, illuminating their sanctuary. In this acceptance of seamless evolution, they felt limitless, an unbreakable bond that remained tethered to the earth's vast expanse beneath their feet. With each passing day, the insignia of the Worthington household glowed, kissed by tales reverberating with warmth and wisdom. Beatrice and Alistair remained unshakable. Laughter merged with challenges, encapsulating a deep conviction in nurturing unconditional love. Their example traced softer paths of understanding, linking hearts through indelible connections, igniting spirits beyond their own. As children stood as beacons of the lessons carved from trials traded for truths, The estate burgeoned. Every corner held remnants of shared memories, garden bliss shared on summer nights, conversations held in candlelight, the aroma of baked bread faintly deepening their story of resilience. Each legacy became a lifelong imprint, a call for future hearts to wander deeper, seek love's truth, and instill hope, leading onward toward infinite splendors. Years fell into relationship legacies. Beatrice and Alistair's love whispered through each corner of the estate, echoing across time. Their story transformed into a bond, unbroken by adversity, even woven into the fabric of their progeny's hearts. As they shared their wisdom, they recognized not only love's triumph over suffering, but its transcendent qualities, evolving through trials into strength. Holding hands one quiet evening, they gazed out at a horizon studded with twilight's hues. "The path ahead holds no fear," Beatrice declared, contemplating future adventures, her heart filled with hope. Alistair embraced her with assurance. Together they continued paving paths toward renewed stories, celebrating bonds that transcended ordinary existence, etched forever in the hearts of those who carried forth the echoes of love's profound lessons, the light illuminating in every corner of the soul. As life's canvas stretched anew, Beatrice and Alistair prepared to embrace the next chapter, eager to cultivate friendships, harvest love, and inspire kin. Standing among generations gathered in their estate, they witnessed yearning hearts intertwine into a luminous constellation. "It is a beautiful thing to nurture one's legacy," Beatrice whispered to Alistair, her heart leaping at the resplendence that radiated even amid passing time. Together they bore witness to both joy and grief, entwined within love's embrace. With every farewell waved off and every hello welcomed, they traversed through legacies. They reminded future hearts that love blooms even when faced with unforgiving solitude. As the night wrapped itself in its silken embrace, they felt an unnameable magic. Life had many paths to tread, but through every trial, love ultimately emerged as the strongest force to carry them through, all leading back home. And as the dawn broke upon another promising day, Alistair reflected upon the journey he and Beatrice had walked, a tale of love steeped in authenticity, courage, and unity, a beacon of inspiration for myriad souls. "Every tear carried purpose," he expressed softly, gazing into Beatrice's eyes, uniting them to a beautiful legacy. Her smile illuminated the fleeting shadows, etching forever in their hearts the gratitudes dictated by trials. Together they had learned the art of vulnerability, interconnected with unyielding love, where every story told bore remarkable wisdom. They understood that happiness was not devoid of hardship, but became the melody to accompany life's intricate dance, an expansive ballad of hope resonating within the hearts of many generations to come, forever nurtured by the flame of unconditional love. Tales of Alistair and Beatrice blossomed among walls that once echoed despair, softened now by decades of nurturing both peace and joy. As their lives blended in harmony, laughter filled the estate, drawing families closer, while sparking connections born from the shadows of life's passages. With every cherished moment, their hearts entwined to create an ineffable bond among friends and kin, a lasting legacy built on empathy, warmth, and sheer courage, illuminating wisdom etched within shared victories and loves. As the seasons shifted, laughter blossomed amidst gardens, echoing with the love they had cultivated, the greatest connection forged by resilience, empathy, and depth that threaded them together, reaffirming the legacy Alistair and Beatrice would carry forth eternally. In enduring warmth, generations cherished the tale of Alistair and Beatrice, weaving their essence into the hearts of family who honored duty's complexity with love's depth. Understanding transcended restrictions. Future chapters favored the radiant possibility of fulfilling dreams while lifting the burdens of tradition. Wisdom flowed like vibrant sunsets. Each tale carried forth like seeds dispersing in the wind, aiming to enrich souls who yearned for embers of kindling, as love cultivated elevated lives among those who dared to dream. Beatrice felt the gratitude that enveloped her, a lingering embrace binding them across generations, illuminating how vulnerability brought together once fractured hearts, ushering them toward an open horizon, a legacy amplified on trails forged anew, where love found its truest expression. And so it was that Alistair and Beatrice prepared once more to pen their legacy into the world, this time in anticipation of grandchildren gathering by the hearth. Amongst petals adorned in fragrant hues, they established virtue's nurturing love within the very walls that had harbored their trials. Each child held fast to the teachings passed from kin as they crafted bonds emerging from within, capable of exceeding ancestral foundations. As laughter erupted like uncontainable blossoms, so did the cherished reflections of resilience pervade through each generation, binding memories made between quiet conversations, playful encounters, and ambitious dreams. Together, they invited the weight of the past into the warmth of the present, illuminating lessons of love's journey, the journey they would cheerfully embellish together on greener pastures. As time flowed softly like a lullaby, Beatrice and Alistair drew closer to their family, relishing every answered prayer that mingled with stories exchanged across the fireplace. In the gentle twilight of their existence, the world around them shimmered with shimmering flowers that echoed the sincerity nurtured in their hearts. Each moment shared, enriched by experience, knitted deeper ties among souls, intertwined by adventure and affection. Laughter morphed into stories, love into a legacy immeasurable, a foundation laid brick by heartfelt brick, creating passages into life's expansive treasuries. Eventually drawn near, their family indulged in dreams of tomorrow, inspired by the unyielded wisdom of their ancestors. In connection, they embraced kin, allowing themselves to find solace in the heart's warm embrace, unfurling the strength where love knew no bounds. As the years dwindled to soft whispers, Beatrice and Alistair remained centered in each other's universe, their hearts forever intertwined. Whispers of stories painted the tapestry around them, a reminder of the journeys once traveled, seasoned with a depth unknown to many. They formed the heart of a loving family, extending their arms wide to gather dreams that soared with laughter and whispers of dearly held intentions. Through generations enveloped in the warmth of affection, the estate flourished, a sanctuary nourished by epiphanies wrapped in hope, entwining ardor amid shadows overlooked by those who sought connectivity in stories recounted. Together, we built a legacy, Beatrice would muse, while Alistair nodded, gratitude glowing in their shared gaze, an affirmation that love's journey rarely flowed straight, yet always yielded great beauty amidst the unpredictability. Their lives split across seasons, yet the lessons etched deep remained, of love arising from struggle, creating realities shared with relatives and friends far and wide. As evenings dimmed, they would sit with their children and recount tales of their own trials, their bond having grown intricately tied amongst every ounce of laughter, tears, hopes, and whispers. "Remember," Alistair would say, "even in shadows, love finds its way." Their lessons became the fabric of time told, a legacy inherited among generations, a blueprint created by love, vulnerability, and rebirth over unwavering hearts. Meanwhile, rings of laughter echoed like the seasonal chimes binding each tale to each heartbeat that emerged, a clarion call for lovers to aspire towards authenticity, connect across generations, and awaken hearts once uncertain, reaffirming that the journey indeed held meaning. As twilight settled over their lives, Alistair and Beatrice gazed towards a future pregnant with possibility and adventure, a commitment to embrace love's ever-awakening promise strongly. Each new dawn lifted the veil of uncertainty that once concealed joy, warmed with the resolve to endure side by side in navigating complexities ahead. Their hearts broadened toward a more expansive understanding of togetherness, instilling joy in every breath shared, becoming the embodiment of love's boundless resilience. "Let us mold our path," Beatrice encouraged, acceptance blooming within their intertwined hands, while twilight painted soft strokes across their home, an invitation to chase dreams, traverse beyond the norm, and inspire others along the way. They vowed never to shy away from rewriting the narrative carried with them, creating a vibrant story, spun through courage, authenticity, and the jubilant spirit of passionate whispers shared under the expanse of stars. And so, the story of Lady Beatrice and Duke Alistair echoed across time, infusing warmth deep into the fabric known as home, their love's legacy enveloping generations woven into threads of gentle sunsets cast over time. With every gathering celebrated, they rejoiced in the notion that their dance in life surpassed mere unions. It cast expansive waves among all who sought authenticity's embrace. By honoring their dreams together, they expanded an intricate dance that hosted children, friends, and kin beneath the starlit sky, flourishing among fragrant blooms as bonds deepened through heartbeats. In every layer of laughter, lessons glimmered brightly. Love's eternal dance continued, carving a pathway forward that would never lose its brilliance, inviting both familiar and new dreams to breathe amidst their embrace, a continuum of affection that withstood the trials of existence. As time wore on, Alistair and Beatrice remained steadfast, the heart of their family firmly rooted in laughter and embraces, moments where joy flourished amidst the ripples of life. Their love endured as an unyielding beacon, guiding countless souls through shifting tides, intertwining the present with aspirations for the future, the power of unconditional love stretching across galaxies undiscovered. With hands held together, they felt their children's laughter enveloping them, a sanctuary of warmth and honesty illuminating the journey they cherished daily. As night fell, they traced the shape of their children's dreams, wondering what awaited ahead, but with hearts forever anchored in the love shared through unfathomable depths of understanding and authenticity, where every season blossomed into cherished legacies, a home forever resilient, steadfast on foundations that would thrive, echoing love's divine symphony across the arch of eternity. As Alistair and Beatrice entered tranquility within, the ship of time sailed beyond known horizons towards uncharted possibilities. Committed to nurturing their legacy, they learned the art of truly living. In every heartfelt hug, they captured the essence of fleeting moments, ensuring that love, depth, and unwavering affection bore witness in the warmth surrounding them. With open hearts, they invited adventure, savoring every breath shared within their sanctuary, where laughter spun circles in the air, illuminating what love's creation would yield among generations. Together, we've crafted a lifetime, Beatrice mused, the mantra echoing their silent promises made in tender glances, their affection wrapped around them, binding hearts that dared to seek solace and unfurl stories yet to be written. Each laugh blended within silence, burgeoning as vitality kindling vibrant trails wherein love wove ahead, illuminating endless futures even beyond their years. The door of opportunity swung wide as generations embraced the legacies gifted to them, shared tales binding kin while guiding newfound hearts toward discovery. The flickering light that glowed within their home grew brighter, reverberating through laughter and resilience nurtured in the heart. Alistair and Beatrice found joy in witnessing their children blossom into themselves, carrying echoes of their teachings as well as the validations of their dreams. "We are never constrained by what is expected," Alistair reminded them one evening, embracing possibility amongst the laughter ricocheting off walls of their sanctuary. As seasons faded into the background, their lives intertwined harmoniously, a backdrop sketched from the finest hues brought forth as time evolved within the rich embrace of love reflected upon generations, bridging voices as they carried forth hope into uncharted paths forged by the belief that every bond could lead to limitless possibilities. Finally, Alistair and Beatrice lay amidst the skin of sunsets, watching their family unfold, even blossoms of tomorrow, blooming anew with every story told, igniting inspiration sealed within shared truths. Each moment rippled beneath the weight and wisdom of their love, woven secrets cultivated carefully amidst laughter's sweetness. The beauty lies in finding homes within each other, even amid uncertainties, Beatrice noted, surveying the warmth nestled in laughter woven vibrantly around them. Alistair clasped her closer, reverberating their bond. The certainty that transcended fragility launched upon shared dreams where love thrived, across generations timeless, ever joyful. Together, in love, we created and carried a legacy, a living testament, he breathed, respect interspersing awe seated firmly beneath the ever-watching stars, stars that guided them through life's currents, twinkling with an essence shared, radiant like the hearts that encompassed their family. As the tale of Alistair and Beatrice flowed through the generations, their legacy became a constellation of hearts. Each generation bore witness to their love, a light illuminating paths untraveled, weaving stories immortalized in myriad songs. Laughter danced through the passages of time, forging connections binding present to future and back. Their legacy bloomed in every flourishing branch among those who dared to dream, a legacy built transcending time, not just their journey, but a collective heart journeying through shadows toward transcendent light. With every child's tender moment, they celebrated that love often nurtured brightness beneath the weight of shadows, setting forth into life's myriad episodes. Through their shared resolve, the light grew brighter, a reminder of love's indomitable spirit, eternally weaving their hearts into a tapestry reflected upon the world, where love united all in the gentlest embrace of shared truths. Emboldened by this legacy, those who followed became resolute in crafting their chapters, knowing they brought life to the essence of love shared by Alistair and Beatrice. They embraced whispers of wisdom and heartfelt echoes that resonated deeply within their souls, a canvas yawning wide, urging them towards uncharted adventures. Leading with grace, laughter, and fervid honesty, their journeys entangled, crafting new tapestries interwoven with those who crossed their paths, a celebration of strengths forged through love expanding into communities of understanding. Let us cherish connections, Beatrice encouraged future hearts, for love turns darkness into light. By kindling the flames of creativity, futures emerged gentle yet formidable, illuminating the realms beyond their horizons, while imbuing every heartbeat with legacy-drenched nature that expanded outward beyond sight and time, reverberating into a profound symphony of love, summoned by generations, forever guided by its radiant touch. And as the years unfurled like ephemeral moments, it was the simplest expressions, the shared smiles among kin, that resonated with a timeless spirit. Alistair and Beatrice's journey affirmed their belief that love transcended time's fragile bounds, echoing through generations who understood that home was never purely a place, but rather a feeling embodied in every gentle touch. They remained the eternal echoes of truth, the wisdom lived and shared not constrained by the passing of seasons, but gladly woven into moments, shimmering in every nighttime tale told by candlelight, wrapping together future dreams and precious memories. A metaphor forged in luminous threads, spanning infinite possibilities aligned beneath expansive skies. A raw representation of love's power echoed indelibly in time. Thus the generations bound by the core of Alistair and Beatrice's love became courageous architects of their tales, fueled by legacies of joy and trials, unwavering in their pursuit of authenticity and vulnerability anchored upon love's strength. Under the vast canvas of the cosmos, they nurtured friendships, love affairs, kinships, and adventures that murmured through time. The shadows that once concealed became defining characteristics of crescendoing harmonies. As architects, we live to inspire. Beatrice's words blossomed anew, echoed through the hearts of countless thrumming souls. They embraced discoveries and destinies unfold, transformed by kindness and laughter, graced around honor's table. The weight of love carried forth, spanning realms unimaginable. Not just a singular tale, but woven intricately, resonating vibrantly among those who dare journey towards true love beyond existence. Set upon countless horizons, Alistair and Beatrice led their family through fields of blossoming desires and dawning quests, their joy traversing essential journeys among the uncharted space of love. Nurturing a steadfast community forged from authenticity, they exchanged gifts. Tender words bound generations tracing through time. As we step together beyond time's constraints, Alistair encouraged, the lesson learned is simply embracing love's strength. Within their laughter, they sowed value across laughter and sunset whispers intermingling, the innate trust united beneath the vigilant stars lingering overhead. With every child tucked into warm embraces, Alistair and Beatrice entrusted futures to the gentle seasons again, all while aware that belonging does not lie solely in possessions, but rather heartstrings securely knotted among spirits, soaring freely. Grounded in mutual understanding, a timeless connection threaded through lifetimes to come. As life's pages turned, Alistair and Beatrice found themselves no longer burdened by shadows or fear, but had instead forged a new chapter teeming with the transformative power of togetherness. Within the estate that flourished with every season's touch, the firewood crackled amid the living rhythm of love, a beacon paving the way for extensive potentialities beyond mere fulfillment, but indeed awakening possibilities, coursing through generations eager to embrace love's intricacies. Our lessons spread wide. Know that bonds can hold even the hardest of hearts, Beatrice would affirm, her understanding on the complexities of life layered gently with hope and light. With an open heart, she instilled sacred truths. The educational essence shared remained forever visible in the infinite embrace of every laughter, every cherished embrace unfolding across generations untold, while nurturing a legacy built to last through the ever-beating heart of longing and the whispers of existence. As the stars dotted the expanse of the night sky, Alistair and Beatrice watched their family flourish through the cycles of life, recognizing that their journey was simply the beginning. The heart, entwined amid moments of cosmic significance, held profound truths about love's impermanence and commitment to authenticity. They dared to navigate the shifting landscapes together, ensuring each tale spoke of respect, empathy, and loyalty. Legacy gifted anew within adventures, waiting to unfold through the uncharted places, fragmented within hidden paths they had yet to traverse together. "Every heartbeat carries onward what we've created," Beatrice whispered, imprinting her final words not as a crestfallen farewell, but as an invitation to the stories yet unwritten. The promise of love carried forth, for time, though unfixed, was imbued with sacred echoes, an infallible guide threading through the infinite journey ahead. As the seasons weaved gently into cycles, Alistair and Beatrice celebrated the resilience of love, their family growing and ever-present harmony painting their bond throughout years yet to come. With every memory dancing across the landscape of their journey, hope emerged not as a fleeting afterthought, but as a familiar melody interwoven within the heart, standing on the precipice of new beginnings awaiting discovery. "Together we are limitless," Beatrice would pledge to their children, her spirit invigorating as she shared hopes for their futures yet penned, fields of untold stories awaiting unfolding. Beneath the yawning sky they edged closer towards the horizon, an adventure steeped in authenticity, where each thread revealed dreams to share, intertwined tales lighting up a gratitude born from a legacy constructed with sheer love, binding them forever. A vessel of infinite possibilities breathed anew from the seeds once sown, and in that dawning moment, retrospective gazes shifted not toward the shadows, but instead infused with flickers of light, celebrating hope's resilient glow. Alistair and Beatrice embraced shift to growth sculpting shapes anew, beacons transcending existence, celebrated across endless tomorrows, signaling enduring legacies allowed to unfold. "For love shall endure. May it guide you always," they firmly established, acknowledging the revelation that intertwined all hearts within an intricate familial tapestry, meandering frequencies of connection growing louder than uncertainty. With vibrance reconnecting spirits, they knew each journey initiating meant encompassing life, holding vibrant possibilities, shaping the legacies created, forever anchoring potential birthed amid branching roots, deeply sown into their shared ethos of love, thriving like sturdy trees, entwined toward the light of a radiating horizon. As days turned into heartfelt moments, the echoes of Alistair and Beatrice thrummed gently within the hearts of those they had touched, their legacy perpetuated through love's eternal return. Embracing timeless lessons on the beauty of vulnerability and connection, they nurtured milestones, igniting courage that not only edged them forward, but inspired their descendants to seek authenticity amid fluctuating tides of life. "Our legacy binds us," Alistair would finally declare, his words echoing a solidarity nestled within every moment cherished with kin. The solid grounding became a reminder of life's simplicity through complexity, light thriving even within shadows embraced, a reminder lingering upon the tides, while enhancing resolve toward exploring life's endless canvas together. Forever their legacy would thrive beyond time, like grains of sand shifting through generations yet to come, molding hands eager to share their tales and reawaken the spirit of unity woven anew through love's ever-growing legacy. In deeper reflections, Alistair and Beatrice marveled at how the embers from their journey sparked warmth, illuminating their family's narratives. Each recollection bristled with vigor, a testament that love could be forged amidst turmoil, guiding kindred spirits. "Every heart is a vessel. Love sails deeper than the surface is visible," Beatrice imparted gently, her voice filled with a richness woven together by untold moments. To those who listened closely, they sowed seeds of wisdom understanding, the arms encircling futures intertwined through pain, knowledge, and joy, lighting every step toward unknown realms. Their legacy now extended beyond mere interactions. It molded pathways toward fulfillment far and wide, as they propelled others to brave new adventures, crafting stories that echoed will, each touch reverberating eternal, unraveling through the celestial fabric that extended far beyond time's constraints. And as generations entwined beneath starlit skies, the worth of Alistair and Beatrice rippled through hearts transformed, filling voids once lonely, forging bonds despite distances endured. "Your love shapes your path," Alistair acknowledged, punctuating rich moments with heartfelt declarations, reminding future generations that the choice of nurturing love would always hold depths undiscovered amid challenges embraced. The embers of knowledge glowed like summer fireflies, each story reflective of the truths walked through shadows of adventure as love fused families, forever revitalizing connections born of authenticity. As summer evenings embraced one another, they reveled in celebrations of light, savoring every shared moment, each laugh threaded powerfully together, illuminating each heart alive with daring courage flowing through memories prized, now liberated in time's embrace, continuing onward as their legacy thrived through those who sought connections unfurling deeply bound toward lasting significance. Thus Alistair and Beatrice lived on, entwined in the ever-shifting rhythms of time, where hope lingered gently in each fleeting moment captured. Across joys celebrated, they created sanctuaries of connection, seeds planted to nourish future spirits, along historical paths renewed with bounds forged through unwavering strength. "Our legacy is how we treat one another. It shapes explorations toward healing," Beatrice affirmed, her tender words reverberating beyond years into a perennial stream that united generations. Within their embrace sat the heartfelt wisdom of those who cherished each lesson learned, a commitment crystallized with a love that expanded beyond linearity, transformed into soulful echoes, perpetuating love across space and time, emboldening future seekers to wield their truths and nurture the bonds that would guide humanity to venture further toward understanding. And thus time weaved a circle, an eternal spiral culminating through Alistair and Beatrice's love, futures blossoming expected and unexpected intertwined against the canvas of their interactions. Stories amplified through fungal intertwining roots, each teaching, gleaning progress, longing, loss and joy, stitched intricately across lifetimes. "In love's light the circle remains unbroken," Alistair would whisper, sharing secrets woven into the stars, illuminating the fate gesturing wide with abandon. In every heart linked, they perceived beauty grew amid hardships faced, recognizing life thrived both in authentic pain and vibrant surrender. Through torment and triumph, their legacy remained resilient, a tapestry that spanned cosmic breadths, forever encouraging future hearts to dig deep, heal wounds through connection, and celebrate life's intricate dance, a pattern pulsating forth, wisdom unfolding, marking love's journey spanning centuries eternal. Countless whispers passed through the woods, and every winter bloom sang stories rooted deep. Alistair and Beatrice's legacy continued to encapsulate the essence drawing kin together, each heart recognizing love's sanctity amid experience. "To love one another is to soar through heights unimaginable. We become architects of our dreams," Beatrice would muse, basking in whispered winds, carrying her own soul's song. They tread softly along paths woven from their legacies, guiding friends and family, spreading a message of acceptance far and wide, cultivating the intricate relationships that traverse time while planting seeds of hope where empathy could thrive. The journey unfolded, fostering a warm canvas where stories blossomed anew, colors illustrating wisdom conceived from tenderness that illuminated life's intricate essence, while expanding beyond the bounds of time, beacons ignited to guide future wanderers through fields of connectivity, cherished endless. As life stretched like a gentle cerulean sky, Alistair and Beatrice's legacies enchanted, discovering a swirl of vibrancy across fields of dreams nurtured over time. Voices echoed through corridors leading straight to warm embrace. Each connection set forth ripples that resonated from heart to heart, extending trails woven through kindness. "Remember that love invites vulnerability a space to flourish," Alistair would remind, enriching spirits touched by their stories yet unfulfilled, beckoning them toward honoring trust. Years bound together reformed, creating a rich tapestry too profound for one to traverse alone, acting upon the realization that connections only grew denser and more vibrant as truth anchored them anew. With values enshrined across countless memories, animated within now blossoming futures, they collectively charted the ever-ongoing legacy, flourishing bright, intertwining dreams and love, amidst the curvature of the stars, guiding their voyage forward, to illuminate destiny beyond cohorts never forgotten, never. Through their love, a spirit continually lingered. Alistair and Beatrice's legacy sparkled, threading moments that resonated along currents far beyond temporal measures, comprising fleeting breaths, finding depth in shared experiences. We assemble our collective hearts. Each thread weaves to strengthen the tapestries that unfold, Beatrice taught, wrapping her warmth, forging a legacy alluring midst stories imparted through heartfelt connection. The children flourished within the embrace of loving shadows. The shadows of warmth grew full of life, yet flickered dynamic with every turn of time. They reveled amid tales momentarily exchanged, a potent reminder that love remained a living dialogue forever growing. A message carried forth into future souls, emanated each unyielding promise, illuminating all truths of love, monumental, that spiraled together with audacity to encourage boundless journeys, embracing the infinite resilience of the heart. A gentle embrace, waiting patiently to be heard again. As the essence of Alistair and Beatrice flourished within generations, illuminating paths traversed through both adversity and grandeur, love retained its lanterns, burning bright, a well of compassion and courage, leading future souls to unite in wisdom. We carry not only the light, but its flame deep within our hearts. Love whispers eternal, Alistair reiterated, his voice radiating warmth and encouragement toward awakening the soul deep upheld by bonds of familial affection. They recognized each heart entering their legacy infused with illumination, character forged on the pulsing continuum, a reminder that love begets love, and dreams will continue to shine forever onward, regardless of time's relentless march. A profound source thrumming through the cadence of shared laughter, suffusing the tapestry of their existence. They embraced every crater as a landscape redecorated, a rebirth where each longing brought forth further light. On this beautiful journey, Alistair and Beatrice understood that their commitment exceeded time's boundaries, originating through trust. Every tear, every shared moment narrated a story reflecting warmth wrapped within laughter, their love becoming a lighthouse for those seeking haven from storms, ever casting light to guide wandering hearts toward one another, instilling hope in paths commonly overlooked. The innocence once lost amidst obligations transformed into wisdom, gently ushering families towards a tapestry woven in unyielding trust, shimmering vibrantly. Embrace the truths birthed into existence, Beatrice affirmed passionately, kindling loyalty that thrived through their annual gatherings that continued imbuing the air with vibrant inspiration, enkindled anew, weaving stories filled with the richness of love enduring across time, ephemeral yet timeless. Every tale told, authenticated within the air alive with the fragrance of compassion, brought forth gifts of joy. The tale of Alistair and Beatrice expanded both in reach and message delivered beyond mere reach, enriching the world with vulnerabilities born anew and illuminating spaces once quiet. Our love is a patchwork. All these pieces, though different, belong together, Alistair affirmed, a warm embrace nurturing the future of the family. They transcended the confines etched in core meanings, expanding generations, beholds capable of instilling love's essence beyond societal traditions, where dreams could unfurl, tales illuminating weak spirits, blossoming forth along a journey threaded through landmarks embracing individuality combined, beauty enhanced by collective warmth, shared among those seeking connectivity. The alchemy of love burned brightly beneath celestial realms, lacing together time transcending and turning mundanity into extraordinary as they cherished moments unfolding through chatter swirling infinitely. With the pulse of their legacy woven infinitely deeper in the living fabric, Alistair and Beatrice encouraged their legacy to embrace unwritten futures. Gazes exchanged among children brimming with ambition, stoked vibrant aspirations, illuminating potentials yet known beyond their time. Dream boundlessly. Take advantage of every adventure, they urged, igniting fervor as laughter cascaded from moments shared throughout life. Simplest experiences blossomed under loving stars. The word of their legacy echoed far and wide among kin, gatherings strengthened by authenticity, wherein everyone understood that love naturally rejuvenated their collective spirits. The essence held steadfastly wrapping arms through invisible ties, arching through space that transcended existence, while nurturing their own paths forward, kicking through doubt. Each journey sustained an emblem like those before. The very virtues they painstakingly cultivated become an integral part throughout a continuum, creating boundless opportunities within every heartbeat resonating onward, limited by none. In a realm intertwined with timelessness, Alistair and Beatrice reflected upon the intricate threads of their legacy, resembling bright constellations illuminating the cosmos, an eternal connection thriving within love shared among all hearts they touched. "Every breath is a tribute to those moments cherished," Beatrice remarked, finding peace amongst whispers of wind threading through branches, knowing each story lived, reverberated in interconnected harmonies. It was clear, not only did love flourish within intertwining ties, their influence rippled, leaving resounding echoes guiding future adopters aspiring to seize their journeys through tapestry woven by acceptance. Laughter danced from the past until the present, met focus that unfurled acceptance beyond the embraces. They whispered gently, enshrining all unfathomable possibilities, forever embracing journeys, tying their kin to a deep-rooted heritage, celebrating love's undying promise among futures waiting to be awakened anew. As twilight adorned the horizon, Alistair and Beatrice's hearts beat with the shared commitment to nurture dreams beyond the confines of tomorrow, a promise carried with unwavering light, threading illumination with every choice made. Life extends ever outward. It flows beyond merely existing, Alistair reassured, honoring those roots anchoring them as witnesses, beacons guiding what remained true at the core of their journey. A love continuously nourished driving aspirations toward vibrant realities unveiled. With gazes fixed on the horizon, there sunk the reassurance of the divine. All who stepped forward propelled themselves against tides, met with curiosity, unyielding toward horizons unexplored. Forever reaching beyond that day within the stillness carried forth moments found suspended timelessness, brewing possibilities anew, every step taken fostering paths untread. Each fleeting moment embraced became an imprint destined to define lives, whispering forth endless truths within the universe, where love remains ever vivid, unbreakable. It was within sustenance, gatherings shared around flickering candles, where Alistair and Beatrice felt their hearts echoing through their family's laughter. Each moment extracted from joyful reminiscences ignited healing, illuminating the spaces once cast in shadows, making every unmentioned word felt all the more poignant. "Together, our stories solidify bonds eternally entwined," Beatrice affirmed, her heart extending toward a unity deeply rooted in love's spiral, harnessing strength shaped through trials transformed in light, now blossoming amidst cherished flames. Time knew nothing but tenderness, following connections that forever caused gentle bursts of wisdom, possessing an alchemy to incite change among souls connected, a manifestation of aspirations, dreaming anew, not merely entering future's embrace, but heralding its warmth radiating amid tomorrow ready for exploration, fostering bonds effortlessly unbroken, at last relishing every sacred moment shared. With the essence of love encircling them, three through silence of spirit, Alistair and Beatrice became the oar. Daughters of legacies arose gently measured beneath the stars, their collective hearts echoing the willows brushing across the familiar grove path. In every flicker of starlight encapsulated the essence of their intertwining fates, a reflection igniting connections brimming with laughter, while memories danced generations. "With every heartbeat we stitch our stories," Alistair remarked, a gentle embrace fostering significance tied deeply into lives they embraced within their sanctuary. The grove forever brightly warmed by the sacred journey of generations woven together, threads of whispers blushing brighter beneath celestial observance, where light emerged fundamental, beckoning future hearts, endlessly seeking beyond what was known, with shimmering conversations, settling deep in transformative tapestries spun through entwined souls. Each step forward held pivotal influence through the kindling experiences encountered, fostering an enduring connection, conveying love beyond barriers often raised, a constant reminder encapsulating willows reached high against the blue-lined horizon illuminating each heart's purpose. Alistair and Beatrice characterized life's beauty. In the entwined journeys faced together, all reflected the shimmering fabric that softening every truth they shared, overcoming boundaries, bolstered within lived realities. "It goes beyond mere love," Beatrice beamed, worshipping the sacred bond unbreaking, always awakening fulfillment inspired by love's sacred flame, breathing life into making intentional choices to transcend shadows embraced. All whilst forging their paths, richly adorned with love anew amongst every step, woven alongside light variants yet to discover, where every tale nurtured finds space thriving distinctly beautifully gilding tales, forming essential landscapes, enveloping into tomorrow. As the sun began to rise upon their shared terrain, the promise of renewed life beckoned. Alistair and Beatrice embodied faith flourishing anew upon paths configured boldly before them, treading laughter among blossoming gardens, honoring nature's immeasurable embrace. "We dance to life's song is the rhythm that holds us together," Alistair spoke, his voice warm with affection, inviting Beatrice to join him amidst the flourishing petals. Their steps harmonized perfectly, weaving through the blossoms as laughter spilled like sunlight across the vibrant gardens. In that moment, every burden lifted, reminding them of love's innate ability to transcend every hardship previously faced. Each twirl and sway became a celebration, their hearts buoyant with joy, affirming that together they embodied resilience. As birds serenaded the dawn, echoing promises of new beginnings, they recognized that life, much like their love, blossomed when nurtured. Each day presented an unwritten page, one they eagerly filled with purpose, adventure, and unwavering devotion, encircled by the magic of their resilient bond. In the twilight of their days, Alistair and Beatrice shared tales of courage and love with their family gathered around. They remembered not just the struggles, but the triumphs of their journey, lessons presiding in vulnerability, authenticity, and strength. It is through love and trust that they had overcome obstacles, emerging triumphant against the odds, with every fibre of their beings united. "Love triumphs when nurtured openly," Beatrice imparted, as candlelight flickered against the shadows. "In marriage, and indeed in life, it is our strength to embrace each other's flaws and light that we become whole." In this sacred gathering, they emphasized that connection lingered even after life. True legacy resides in the hearts they touched with their story, inspiring others to cultivate love that withstands the test of time and fills the world with beauty beyond measure.